Hello and welcome. So glad you're here. You get the On Time Award. I'm Tina Blackman, RVR's Director of Development, and I'm here with John Bissett, RVR's Executive Director, who also happens to be my brother.
Yeah, and it's been just about a year since we aired our first virtual fundraiser, and we're coming to you tonight. Actually, let's see if you can guess where we are right now. Go ahead and put your guesses in the comments. Connie's going to be there all night, and she'll be responding to you. But this is our newest renovated building at RVR. We were able to turn a pavilion into a building for year-round use. Yes, some of you are getting it. Arrowhead Woods. Can you believe it? This is the Arrowhead Woods Pavilion that we've now named the Longhouse, and we have big plans for using it this summer.
And speaking of summer, camp this summer, the purpose of tonight is to help make camp happen. It's been 2 years now since we had a normal summer camp, and what does that even look like? Well, our prayer is that Summer Camp 2021 will look pretty close to this.
Wow, I love that energy,
Yes.
right? I know those flashes you saw were not newly installed neon lights on all of our elements. That was just a special effect. But in all of 2020, we had nothing that looked or sounded anything like that. And while smaller creative programs did happen, it was a pretty devastating year for RVR. But like our grandfather used to say, where God guides, God provides. And God provided. And He provided through many of you. 2020 saw the greatest outpouring of giving in our 69-year history, and we cannot thank you enough.
Yes. Well, the goal tonight is to make camp happen, and that goal is $400,000. Because even though regulations still limit the number of campers we can have, we still need about the same number of staff, because a dorm needs a counselor, whether it is able to house 7 campers or 10. And also, we'll have added health and safety measures, and we're committed to not raising fees. Well, you can become an RVR Impact Partner and help make a difference with a one-time gift, or become a monthly camp sustainer. The giving information is here on your screen, and it'll be available even after this half hour is done. You can give online, you can call the number, or text RVR to 88474. And now, I am going to step out. I've got a little interview to do, and I'll see you in a minute.
All right, thanks, Tina. And while she goes and gets in place, I want to let you know some very good news, that we are already $100,000 towards a $400,000 goal to make camp happen. What, did somebody say I got an arrow through my head? Okay, yeah, see that? That's pretty awesome, right? Mike Chaya handmade that thing. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, tonight is all about the reminder of what happens when camp happens. We know that camp is often the first place kids build deep relationships outside their normal circles. Maybe it's the first time they've ever experienced independence and overcome very real fears in their life. In fact, one of our camp nurses is with a young woman right now whose story includes how God used an experience right here at RVR to overcome a significant fear in her life. I'm going to toss it now to Zoe Ogden and see if you can guess where she is standing right now. Hey, Zoe.
Hi, John. We are up here. Let me show you the view here. I was going to tell you, but honestly, I think you guys can probably guess. And while you guys are guessing, I want to introduce you to Kessler, who's up here with me. We're actually, guys, by accident, show them our shirts. Yeah, we wore matching shirts. Kessler, can you tell them how old you are and what's your experience with RVR?
So I'm 16 and I've been coming to RVR since I was 4 as a day camper, and my mom worked here. And since then I've done Fort Roller, Frontier Town, TNT, and I work some Winter Meltdowns. So.
Oh my word, it's honestly like you have grown up here with us, which is so sweet and we love it. And guys, I saw that you guys are, guessing correctly here. I heard that you guys said the zip line, and you are 100% right. And I want to have, before we do this here, we're all strapped in, I want to have Kessler tell us about her experience with the RVR zip line.
So when I was 5, I actually had a pretty bad fall that made me pretty afraid of heights, and when I had the chance to do the zip line as a day camper, I was really afraid to do it, and my friends encouraged me to do it. And when I did it, it helped me to overcome my fear and to process what I'd been through, and it also helped me to learn to trust God. So it was a really important thing in my life.
Yeah, and I have had just the honor and the blessing of getting to watch Kessler grow up into this amazing woman of God that she is, and we're just so thankful to be friends, to know each other, and to be up here about to go off the zip line. Our fears have been conquered,
Yes,
so we're ready to go.
definitely.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, blast off! Back to you, John!
Wow, that is awesome. And I hope you didn't drop your phone, Zoe. That has definitely happened on that zip line before. And how about that view? I can never get enough of that view from the zip line. And now you can see why the zip line is one of the campers' favorite activities at RVR. Kessler, we were humbled by how God used RVR zip line to help you process that experience and to learn to trust Him more. It's also so encouraging to see how God uses mentors like Zoe to impact the lives of today's youth in the camp setting. Now we're going to go back to Tina for her interview. See if you can see where she is. Tina, are you there?
Yep, I'm in place, and I'm sure a lot of you will guess right about where I am. And I've got a guest with me. His name is Charlie, and I'm going to join him in and let him tell you a little bit about himself.
Hi, I'm Charlie Edwards. I'm 19. I'm currently a freshman at Washington Lee University, and I'm hoping to get into pre-med and study chemistry.
Wow, you've had your freshman year during COVID. Well, that's probably been pretty crazy.
It's been a long spring break for us.
I bet. Oh, well, Charlie, would you tell us a little bit of your history with RVR?
I started coming to RVR when I was 7 or 8 and went there for most of my teenage years and always had a fantastic time. And it's just a highlight of my summer every year.
I need to ask you if you can tell where I'm standing right now.
Yeah, you're where it all began, back in Arrowhead Woods.
Yes, I'm inside a teepee, which always looks bigger on the inside than it does on the outside. Would you tell us what the Lord did in your life in a teepee 10 years ago?
Of course. Probably for my second or third year in Arrowhead Woods, I had this one fantastic counselor, and he really told us about how to really achieve salvation. I grew up going to church and going to my parents' Bible study and really understanding God and all the Bible stories, but I didn't understand the extent of His love to send His Son to us as a sacrifice to bring us to Him. And so it was at that camp where I truly understood that that's a personal decision that I have to make to become a follower of Christ. And since then, I've been always looking out to share God's message and His gift to other people. I attribute that to RVR. Not only does RVR allow these young believers to really see that there's a great community of faith around them, but also pulls them away from the craziness of the world. It allows them to actually engage with God, to feel His love, and to understand His message before they actually head back into the crazy world that we live in.
Charlie, it was great of you to take time out of your college schedule and share a little bit of your own story about how God has used RVR in your life and why you think camp is important. That means a lot. And now, John, back to you, and I will see you in a minute.
Yeah, that was great, Charlie. Thank you so much. I love how you mentioned that even as a young child, you noticed an authentic community of faith at RVR and how impactful that was, even though you only experienced it a couple times a year. And we also see the incredible influence a counselor can have once again. And by the way, if you know someone who'd like to be a part of RVR's summer staff this summer, please send them to our website. We're still looking for a few staff for the summer. So now, as Tina makes her way back, I'm going to hand off to another part of our campus where John Zig is with a young woman who will be part of our summer staff this summer. She's going to tell you her story. Now see if you can guess where they are right now. Zig, are you there? Zig?
Yeah, John, I'm here. I'm here at a special part of River Valley Ranch. Probably some of you are trying to guess what it is right now. But I'm going to turn slightly and might become a little easier. And I want to introduce to you our special guest. This is Riley. And Riley, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Riley. I'm 18 and I've been at the ranch now for about 8 or 9 years. And I started off as a small camper up at Fort Roller, just doing horsemanship and trail riding camps. And I've worked my way kind of up the totem pole, and now I'm in the TNT program and I've been there for a couple years.
Right. And so you're heading off to college this year. Is that
I
correct?
am. I'm actually going to the University of Wyoming. I'm going to study pharmacy, and I'm super excited to just go to a new place with new experiences and meet a bunch of new people.
That's great. Now, you guys have probably figured out where we are. The covered bridge in the background gave it away. But one of the things I love about the ranch is seeing people grow and mature in who they are as individuals, but and their walk with the Lord. And so Riley, as she said, was here as a camper years ago up at Fort Roller, and then 2 years ago I had the privilege of working with her inside TNT. And part of the TNT experience is they're serving the campers throughout the summer. And one of her people in leadership was kind of having a personal crisis and some health issues, and we are vacant a leadership role. And we saw leadership capabilities in Riley. And we as a leadership staff went to her and said, Riley, would you want to step up and be the CIT, the crew chief in training, and lead and disciple a group of 8 to 10 young high school girls? And boy, and did she do it well. And so we're standing here at a special spot that has significance to Riley and the ranch. And so, Riley, do you want to tell them a little bit about what happened here?
Yeah, of course. So about 2 years ago, my second year of being in TNT, considering it was such a long summer and I had definitely grown a lot that summer, I felt a lot closer to God. Just being at this place and being around so many awesome people that have so much love for God in their hearts and just want to get up every morning and just serve Him that much more. It's just an awesome place to be around people, and it's just an awesome place to grow as a person and grow your relationship with God. And that summer I grew a lot with God, and so I actually got baptized here 2 years ago. So that was very exciting, and it was a really great part of my life.
And Riley, it was a privilege to be here at your baptism and to work with you that summer as you discipled those young women. And we get Riley back another summer, and we get to work with her again, and it's just a real honor to be with her here now. So we're not going to recreate the baptism right now; it's a little chilly.
It's a little cold.
Yeah, but yeah. So thank you so much, Riley, for your time. And John, we're going to kick it back to you. Thank you, guys.
Riley, it was so good to see you, and we are honored that God used RVR to inspire that significant decision you made. And we're also so glad that you're going to be working again this summer at RVR. What's that, like 4 years, 5 years, 10 years? You've been here forever. But thank you again for being part of tonight. Now that is what happens when camp happens. And when you give, you become a vital part of stories like Riley's, Charlie's, and Kessler's. It's a very real partnership.
It is a very real partnership. In a normal year, 31% of the cost of camp is covered by donations. And this year, it will be significantly more than that. But God has already provided, as we've said, through some of you, over $100,000. And we invite others of you to prayerfully consider what you might do to help provide the rest. Recently, one of our staff, Casey, was praying in one of our meetings, thanking God for many of you who choose to link arms with RVR, not with noodle arms, but with strong arms of steel. And I love that image because over and over we have seen God's work at RVR sustained by the strength and faithfulness and gifts of God's people. And we thank you and we invite you again to be part of that provision. And speaking of God's people who choose to give, I want to introduce you to one of our former staff who I think they're going to really enjoy. I had the chance to interview him recently, and we're going to show that to you now.
My name is Jeffrey White, Jr. I was a camp counselor in summers 2014 through 2018. I was an intern, and I was also a program director at Fort Roller and for the new program we launched in 2018, which was our Outpost program. So where I am now, I am in my last year of seminary here at Methodist Theological School in Ohio, focusing in youth and young adult ministry and Black church and African diaspora studies. I'm currently working as an intern with the pastoral care department at Nationwide Children's Hospital.
You worked at RVR before we renovated Fort Roller. And through the kindness of so many people, we were able to renovate them. So I chose to do this video closest, in my estimation, to the room where you would have slept. And so I'm going to take you on a little tour. You ready?
I am not sure.
Counselor's room is right here, but the rooms are set up right now and there's the counselor's bathroom. Get your own ensuite now, right? I know.
We get our own bathroom? What?
An ensuite, yeah. And this is set up for our corporate events right now. We had a board member who was willing to furnish these beautiful rooms. And here, I'm going to walk you into the entrance hall. If I walk in the front door, can you see the fireplace?
Oh my gosh.
There is Hilltop Hall, and this is the doorway to the new building. We walk in, and this is a 2-story building. So Jeff, I'm going to take you upstairs. This is an upstairs room. It will normally have lots of bunk beds. It has a balcony.
Okay, so like literally what? I'm like literally planning camp activities in my brain because the program director in me is like, there's so much room.
The Lord has made a lot of things possible, and your handprints are all here. And we want to thank you for your part at RVR. And we really pray for you as the Lord moves you into your ministry in Ohio.
And I am so thankful because this ministry is so much bigger than giving a kid a week to do some activities. This is about changing the lives of kids who come, changing their spirits, changing their relationship with God, changing the relationships of the counselors who are there, the staff, everybody who comes into contact with this place, Tina. I can say it from experience, is changed. There's never going to be a time where I will not say that River Valley Ranch is where all of this started for me. There will never be a time. And so I'm thankful for you all. So
I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. I'm going to ask you to sing us out with the RVR song. And this is going to be all on you now. Sing us out.
Okay, yes. All right. All right. So let's do it. Everybody who knows it, let's go. Sing the RVR song as we're riding along. Over river and dale to the end of the trail. Sing the RVR song as Jesus rides by my side. He's my constant friend and God. Over river and dale to the end of the trail. Sing the RVR song. Oh my gosh. So wonderful. Oh, it's so good. So good. Just all the memories are flooding back. Singing that on the bus
Jeff.
with the kids.
That is awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Is Jeff not the best?
Yes.
Did you sing along with the RVR song? And John, did you know that Jeff was an anthropology major before he came to RVR?
I did not know that.
When he talks about, mentions that RVR is the place where it all began for him, he's talking about his decision to change his major and go to seminary as a result of his RVR experience.
Yeah, I love that. Jeff is such a great example of the kind of quality, caring staff God uses to create meaningful life impact here at RVR. And that impact is why we are working so hard to make camp happen this summer. The goal is significant, $400,000. And even though that's a big number, we thought it was best to just lay it out there and be completely transparent. And now over $100,000 of that has already been given. And we're here tonight to ask you to prayerfully consider helping us get the rest of the way there.
Yes, we share an honest need, and we welcome your strong arms of steel in coming alongside us. And now I'd like to introduce one final person to you who, come to think of it, played football in college and probably still has strong arms of steel.
He does.
George Hopkins is a Baltimore City pastor, a favorite RVR summer camp and winter meltdown speaker, and serves as an RVR board member. George?
As Tina mentioned, my name is George Hopkins. I'm the pastor at Sowebo Community Church in Southwest Baltimore. I'm also a member of the board for RVR, and I've been privileged to be able to speak at RVR summer camps and winter meltdown retreats for a number of years now. I have seen camp happen and what happens when camp happens. I've watched kids come alive, and when they come alive, they always return, and they move from just being a part of camp to helping make camp happen by serving in the internship program, some of them even moving on to staff. I've seen what happens when my own kids come home from camp, and they're filled with joy and delight because they've built new relationships and developed a deeper relationship with Jesus. And I would say without camp, there's people in my own church, in my local community, and on my own staff at our church family that we would not have met if we did not have camp at RVR. So I want to invite you tonight to give, to make sure camp happens, because these are the things when camp happens: relationship with one another and a deeper relationship with Jesus. The goal is big, $400,000, because the need is big. We've all been reminded in this last year of how invaluable and how important relationships are. And when camp happens, relationships are created and established that will change our lives. So would you give tonight, either as an impact partner who gives a one-time gift, or a monthly camp sustainer who gives monthly to make sure camp happens? Because when camp happens, relationships happen with one another, and most importantly, with Jesus. Let's relate and work together to make camp happen.
Thank you so much, George. And thank you all who participated tonight, all who have given, and those who submitted Make Camp Happen videos in advance. We'll be showing those videos next. They are like the icing on the cake to close us out tonight. Thank you for being here on a screen again, considering again how you can partner with RVR, because it is deeply, deeply appreciated.
Yes, and we don't take any of it for granted. Where God guides, he certainly provides. We believe he is guiding us to have camp this summer, and we invite you to be a part of his provision. So let's do this together. Let's make camp happen. Thanks again for coming, everybody.
Yes,
God bless.
thank
We'll
you.
See you soon.
Night.
Hello, I'm Bee, and this is my sister Betty.
Hi, I started as a camper in the late 1950s, and I liked camp here so much that I stayed to work.
We invite you to make camp happen.
Hi, I'm Aiden.
I'm Evelyn.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Anna. And we might be high school students, but we will turn our cameras on. For RVR, we invite you to help make camp happen.
Make camp happen.
Make camp happen.
Make camp happen.
Hi. We're the Thompsons from Churchville.
And God has used RVR to impact our lives.
So we're asking you to join us to
make camp happen.
Hi, this is the Crawford family from Hampstead, and God has used RVR to impact our lives. We invite you to join us in helping
make camp happen.
We are the Peter and John Ministries development team.
Coming to you virtually.
We see how God uses you to sustain RVR.
We thank God for you.
And we invite your gifts and your prayers to
make some noise and help
make
camp happen.
Well, hi there. My name's Greg McAtee. I'm speaking to you from my home studio here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. About 40 years ago or so, I came to River Valley Ranch. I was between my junior and senior years in college, came as a counselor, and I was impressed with the wonderful folks at River Valley Ranch, how hard they work to provide kids from all economic backgrounds and abilities the chance to have some fun, to enjoy a wholesome atmosphere, and to also learn about Jesus. In all these years since then, a lot of things have changed at River Valley Ranch, but those two things are the same.
Hey RVR friends, we're the marketing team, and we want to invite you to help us
make camp happen.
We are at the RVR Oxbow Porch, and we are the
operations team.
And we are really excited about this summer to have all the buildings, the property, the pool, all the equipment being occupied by children this summer. So please, we invite you to make camp happen.
Hi, we are the Calhoun family from Hampstead, and God has used RVR to impact our lives. We invite you to join us in helping make camp happen.
Hi, this is the Talk Tractor family from Manchester, and God has used RVR to impact our lives. We invite you to join us in helping make camp happen.
I'm Linda Duddleston Robinson from Black Mountain, North Carolina. The years I was at the ranch were 1958 to 1968. I was a junior camper, a teen camper, an awesome Philly girl, and Tina Bissett's favorite babysitter. My summers there were spiritually life-changing, and the friendships and memories I made are treasures in my heart. So I encourage you to be a life changer and help make camp happen.
Hi, we're the Dixon family from Marriottsville, and God has used RVR to impact our lives. We invite you to join us in helping
make camp happen.
with all the things we suffered through for the past year, 2020. It's nice to see some things getting back to normal. And one of those things is camp at River Valley Ranch. So you have a chance to make camp happen.
Hey, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Julie.
And we're both living in Baltimore.
RVR has been a big part of both of our lives.
It's where we both first came to begin our relationship with the Lord.
We got discipled there.
We were able to disciple others there.
And we met so many of our best friends there.
So we want to invite you to make camp happen.
You can do it. That's right. Make camp happen.
Hey guys, we're the program team and we want to invite you to make camp happen.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. 3 seconds.
All right, so let's do it. Everybody who knows it, let's go. Sing the RVR song as we're riding along over river and dale to the end of the trail. Sing the RVR song as Jesus rides by my side. He's my constant friend and God over river and dale to the end of the trail. Sing the RVR song. Oh my gosh, so wonderful.